Hey yo, what's going on? It's A-Month here. Today I'm back with another behind the scenes of one of the photo shoots that I do. If you've ever wondered what went on in an A-Month photo shoot, that's typically what this is for. I am in a peculiar or a different situation. This is actually a setup for another photo shoot that I'm gonna be doing soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that. I was editing the video for the one that you're about to watch now, and I realized I didn't do an introduction, so I'm just spinning back around and I'm doing that. Like I said earlier, if you've ever wanted to know what went into an A-Month photo shoot, that's typically what it is. If this is your first time here, I am Gabriel Mumphrey, but you can call me Mump. I'm a professional photographer in the Austin, Texas area, and I do photo shoots all around Texas. The photo shoot that I did do, it was with the model. Her name was Megan, and she had an idea to do some digitals, and I had a really dope idea that I wanted to execute for a long time, so we really collaborated and just did it. So that's what this video is gonna be. You're gonna see a lot of behind the scenes for basically what we did. You'll see some quirky clips, and then also you'll see some really dope photos. So if you're in for that, definitely stick around and check that out. For the first photo shoot, it was primarily just a caution tape photo shoot. I just got on Amazon, I bought 2 rolls of caution tape. I set up poles on both sides of this backdrop, and then I ended up just shooting it. I spin the tape around, put it from side to side, set it up, and it came out really nice. I was surprised by how well the photos came out, and then even more importantly than that, I was really surprised with the shots that we were able to get. We did one portion of it where it was just the model by herself. She didn't really do anything. And then the second portion of it was when we wrapped her up in tape. And that got really interesting, and we got some really cool shots that way. I really can't wait to show you. And that was pretty much the first shoot. I've had that inspiration and I've had that idea for a long time. I just really didn't have anybody to do it with. And so Meg showed up, she did her thing, and she did a great job. The second portion of the photo shoot is really just simple digitals. It was a simple black outfit. It was a really nice black outfit. For digitals, you definitely want to keep it simple. You want to do simple poses. You just want to accentuate features of the model, and I think we did a really good job of that. And then even more importantly, I think that we were able to throw our own creative spin on it, and we got some really dope shots. We got some really good floor poses. We got some really nice angles. We got a bunch of stuff like that. And more importantly than that, I'm really excited to show you guys how it came out. When it comes to what I've really been shooting lately, it's primarily just been a bunch of passion projects. Just a bunch of stuff that I really want to see, just a bunch of stuff that I really want to do, and I'm just putting it out into the world and creating it. So to be fully transparent, I really can't think of much more that I can really talk about. Probably throughout this, you've been seeing a bunch of clips, and I really hope that you enjoy it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this and then shoot. I did interview Megs at the end. It's always good talking to her, and then you're just about to go into that. So, hey yo, what's going on? It's Mom. Today I'm here with the magnificent
Megan.
Hey, and then Megan, what are we shooting today?
Today we're shooting a really cutesy little editorial look, some digitals, and then also a little bit more of a creative shoot as well, creative concept.
I feel like we kind of brought 2 halves to a whole photo shoot. I had the creative shoot, and you just wanted to do something simple and digital.
Yeah.
Thank you for going ahead and doing my crazy shoot. We went on ahead and already shot it. Can you tell me basically what was going through your mind through the 2 different shoots? I know shooting 2 times in one day, not necessarily can get a little hectic, but you just have to go through a lot in order to do so. So I guess what were you thinking about when you came here?
I think for the creative shoot, I feel like we can kind of play around with editorial posing or just a little bit more out there posing. Whenever it comes to digitals, I usually like something a little cleaner. I usually try to stretch, elongate my body, maybe create more angles with a look like that.
There we go. Also, I think one thing that we really could take advantage of, especially with creative photo shoots, I guess is definitely more props. I remember you were saying something about shooting editorial, but I don't really quite remember. Do you remember what it was? No? Then here, we're going to go ahead and scratch that and we'll move to something else. Also, this is, I've asked you this before, but this is actually going to be for like the YouTube video, the long form content. So how did you get into modeling? And I guess what do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so I'm a hair and makeup stylist, and that's honestly how I got into modeling. I just started styling a little bit more, being on set more, and then just really enjoyed like both aspects of it, the more behind the scenes work, but then also being in front of the camera a little bit more. So it kind of just like fell into my lap through work, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then right now you're signed to an agency. I talk to a lot of models and they really want to be a part of a model or kind of like a modeling agency. I guess what's really important to you when you were thinking about the agency that you chose?
So my story is a little bit different. I feel like it kind of fell into my hands in a way because I was doing a lot of work styling for this specific agency and just got to meet the owner and create like good contacts and connections that way. I do know typically just getting a really solid book going, getting really simple, clean photos that you can start to submit to different agencies is a good way to start.
Perfect, I like the upsell. So go on ahead and book your photo shoot now if you're in the greater Texas area. Go on ahead and do that. And then also you're very accomplished as a makeup artist and also as a hairstylist. Like you've worked with Louis Vuitton and you've also worked with a bunch of brands that I hope to soon day work with. I guess how did you find those opportunities, and when they show up, I guess how do you take them or how do you tackle them?
I feel like for me personally, I just really tried to put out work that I was really proud of and put out work that might attract the type of brands that, I don't know, like shoot that specific way. And then what was the second part to that?
Whenever you're working with those brands, like I guess how do you tackle the project, or what are you thinking about going into the project?
Well, really just studying like maybe the vibe or the mood for the project that we're working on. Maybe if I need to practice like a few different looks just to feel a little bit more confident going into that, I'll do that on my spare time. But really just like trust your gut, trust your intuition, you're in the right place for a reason, and just believe that you can do it, honestly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I have two more questions. I maybe have three more questions, but the next question, what do you want to score? This is two questions in one. What do you want to see more of and what do you want to see less of in 2025? Or for the rest of 2025?
Ooh. Wait, what do I want to see more of? Just like true authenticity, like things that are a little bit weird or quirky, I really get into because I feel like it's just like a really cool concept. Something that I want to see less of.
I know you're thinking of something. You might as well just say it.
I don't know. I was just gonna say like too overly edited photos. Like a little bit of something is good, but something that still looks kind of natural and kind of untouched. We'll go with that.
There we go. Also at this point in your life, what are you still trying to figure out, or what do you want to accomplish?
I really just want to be doing what I'm doing now, but at a larger scale, maybe more full time. I really just, need to put myself out there a little bit more and start like attracting the type of work that I want to be booked for.
Definitely. And then the last question, I always like to end off with this one. If you were talking to a younger version of yourself who wanted to get into modeling, who wanted to get into hairstyling, what would you tell that younger version of Megan?
I would just tell her that, she knows what she's doing. She has the gift and the ability to do this type of art and this type of work, but to maybe like trust my initial instinct a little bit more and not be scared to do things that are a little different.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, you take that advice now. You're always looking for stuff that's different.
Yeah.
I know I look at a lot of the stuff that you do, and like when I think of people pushing the envelope or pushing the bar or wanting to push like the creative scene out here in Austin, you're definitely one of those people, and that's really why I like working with you.
Thank you.
Definitely. Appreciate you. And then I feel like I have interviewed you this whole time. Do you have any questions for me?
Maybe like, what are you looking for coming in 2025 or this upcoming year, or what is a goal of yours that you're trying to reach in the near future?
Kind of similar to you, I really just want to work with the projects and the brands that I want to do. The reason why I'm doing the creative shoot right now is because I've been looking to do this for a long period of time and I just never really found the person or the correct person to do it with. So I'm glad that I'm doing it with you. And then also, I don't think I've ever said this on video, but my dream is to eventually open up an agency. So I want to have like 50 yards by 50 yards. I want to have half of it for photography, half of it for doing video projects. And I think by doing these creative shoots and working on them, I'm just slowly getting closer to my goal. Equipment-wise, there's maybe 2 or 3 more lights that I want to really get before I feel like I'm where I need to be. And then more importantly than that, it's really just building revenue so I can eventually get that space. Because we can talk about it, or like we can show you guys later on, show you better than I can tell you. But like there's a bunch of dope creative stuff that we want to do. And like I feel like if we just had that space, like we'll be able to do it. Like in the fall, I'll tell you guys this, I want to get a snow machine and I really want to do like a snow shoot just in Texas and in Austin and in general. You feel me? And so if I had that space, I'll be able to do it. So really just working towards that, taking one step closer towards that, and then really just, also I'll definitely say this, creating a tribe. I feel like there's a lot of people out here that are complacent. And I guess I just really want to attach myself to the people that are doing and going. And then that's why I think that we're working together, because I think that you're one of those people. But definitely that, I would say that's my number one goal. Getting better, doing better, progressing every day, pushing the envelope. When Gabriel Mumphrey dies, I just want somebody to say, hey, like he was able to push the scene forward and he was able to do things in photography that just influence and inspire people. So that's really the goal.
I love that. I feel like you're definitely doing a really good job of that already, so I feel like you'll get there.
Hey. But there we go. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming in. I have like BTS and I have like footage of us doing the whole photo shoot, so you guys will definitely see that. But catch you guys on the next one, and then we have a photo shoot that we actually need to finish.
So bye.
Bye. But nah, that was dope. I fuck with it.